tell our audience or top 10 ways that Belize can move itself right now within, what, 5 years or
Within
so?
5 years.
Within 5 years from
Within
being
5
a $2 billion economy to a 10 or even higher
Correct.
$10 billion economy. Go ahead,
I
Clint.
mean, to be honest, this is where I'm optimistic about Belize, and if I was a betting man, I would bet on Belize. The
Good.
first thing I want to say, our people, the Belizean people,
Mm-hmm.
are one of the most resilient set of people on this planet.
I agree.
You don't put people in this type of situation that they're at, and they still thriving.
That's right.
And the Belizean people, over the years, with all this negativity and this nonsense that's going on, we are still thriving as a people. We're still growing. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that no one can take that away from us.
We're still hopeful.
We're still hopeful. We're still optimistic. We're the optimists.
Mm-hmm.
And the numbers the numbers shows that. And we just want to point it out to you guys. So let's start with the top 5 basic things they can do right now.
Okay, let's go for it.
The first one is, as you know, we have some of the most prestigious beaches, beautiful waters, and we have some of the most prestigious forests.
Rainforest, yes.
Rainforest.
Absolutely.
And do you know the rainforest itself, within the rainforest,
Mm-hmm.
there's probably a cure for most of these diseases that we're facing right now in this world. Whether it's diabetes, cancer, sugar, whatever, any kind of disease you have,
Yep.
I can almost guarantee the solution is in the Belize rainforest. That's how diverse our rainforest is.
I got you.
And to add to that, there's an industry, the herbal industry.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to export herbs, so to speak, the herbal industry is a $210 billion industry worldwide.
Nice.
So imagine we just get a piece of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh my God, we will not only start a whole new, brand new industry.
That's right.
And by the way, a person who deals with herbs and so forth, an average income for that person is about $45,000
Oh, nice. Okay.
per year. So it's a decent job to have, and it's a whole new industry.
That's
So
right.
people in the rural areas and so forth, this can be an income producer for those people to start out with.
And the seaweed.
And the seaweed.
Remember we saw that on the news the other day?
On the news, they had a small segment about the seaweed and how the seaweed itself is a multi-billion-dollar industry as
We
well.
have it washing up on our shorts
And
and
we have
sitting
it-
there.
We just have it wasting away right now in Belize, man. But that's just come to show you that these guys, they're not innovative or they're not trying to solve some of the problems that we have right now. So again, the first one we're going to talk about is it's called the alternative medicine industry.
Got it.
Or the herbal industry.
Okay.
And also our fisheries with regards to the seaweed and the fish that we have within our body of water that surround Belize.
Okay.
All right. The second one is, again, it touched on what's going on today, like what's going on in Kikaka, where they don't have running water, or electricity on that island. If we can, as a country, okay, as it is right now, we spend I'll say about $50 or so million on buying electricity from Mexico.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
The country spends almost about $200 to $300 million on electricity a year. If we were to convert totally in conjunction with the I'll say wind, and also the
Hydroelectric.
hydroelectric. The hydro, I had a brain freeze.
That's okay.
If you switch to the hydro, we will solve our electricity needs, man.
So be less dependent on electricity.
Less
Go
dependent.
as close to 100% as possible.
Definitely.
Solar. We have
Just-
everything that we need for that. We have sunshine 365
a year.
a year.
Correct.
That's basically all we need
That's
to
all
run
we need.
solar.
That's all we need.
And again, it would create a whole new industry, give people jobs.
Right. And just to go through the numbers, the raw numbers, so the solar industry alone creates it's the $200 billion. I'm sorry, it's a billion with a B, $1 billion industry.
That's
And
huge.
the leading country right now is solar is China.
China. Okay.
So China has
They're ahead of U.S.?
the head of the U.S. China
Okay.
has the top 5 solar producing companies.
Okay.
And for the Belizean that wants to know who are these players, they are. Let me go through it. It's called Trina Solar, Yingli Green Energy, Canada Solar, Jinko Solar, and JA Solar. These are the top 5 solar
So
producing
these
companies.
are who we could contact if
We could
we wanted
contact
to
if
see.
you want to. Yeah, and again, we know people that actually did this. Again, we are friends with people who know the singer Akon, and Akon recently got a $1 billion line of credit from one of these companies. All right.
Yep.
And he was able to take that line of credit, and he's lining up the entire Senegal and Africa region right now as we speak.
Taking them solar.
Taking them solar.
Oh, nice.
He's doing that right now.
That's what's up.
And we have the ability to do it. You know, I mean, again, they're giving away lines of credit to get you going if you don't have the money up front to purchase the solar.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So we
You know what I'm
have Herbal Industry, Seaweed Fisheries, Solar. What's the other one?
Yeah, so the third one is pretty, we talked about this before, man. You know what it is? It's marijuana. You know what I mean? The marijuana industry. You know, like we stated before, the marijuana industry currently produces over $140 billion
That's right.
worldwide. We have some of the best climates for marijuana.
To grow it.
To grow it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we have a lot of land for it because, marijuana takes up a lot of land, a lot of waters. You know what I mean? So
You got a lot of square miles for
we
that.
got a lot of square miles for it. You know what I mean? If we were to do it, it will definitely fill at least, based on my estimate, at least $300 to $500 million. As it is right now in Colorado. Colorado just reported that they made $1 billion just off revenues in marijuana. You know what I mean? And I went ahead and looked at how they made that money. So there's 2 ways they did it. The 2 ways they did it were they charged the growers, the people who actually grow the marijuana, they charge them 50% in some type of excess tax.
Okay.
They also charge the
Dispensaries.
that sells it. And, that tax can go all the way up to 45%. So there's ways to make income for the government.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Within this industry. You know what I mean? And again,
Right.
if the government would also give 80% of this market to the Belize people and 20% to foreign interest,
Yes.
I think this industry can be something that we
And that's another
benefit
thing
from.
you want to pinpoint. Like all these ideas that you're coming up, they can't just outsource all these things.
Nah, this is
to
all
international
in-house.
people.
I mean, again,
That's not going
it's
to.
all, I mean, some of the stuff we will need help to get it done, but the stuff that I mentioned right now are should be going to the Belizean people and
That's right.
bringing new jobs to the Belizean people.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So,
All right.
yeah, so the fourth one that I want to mention, and this might shock a lot of people, but our education system needs to be scrapped. It's obsolete.
Oh boy,
I'm talking about the entire education system needs to be, it's obsolete.
Clint, that sounds.
It served its purpose.
That sounds. That sounds harsh.
It sounds harsh, but it's the
But
truth.
I can't really disagree because I just had an encounter with the
right.
education system
Because
that
you-
really made me think like, did I just waste so
your
many
time.
years in
because
college?
your degree
in
here,
Belize?
the degree here for this new gig economy
Mm-hmm.
is obsolete. The stuff that you learn, machines is doing it now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the people in Belize need to understand that a lot of the stuff that they're learning today, machines will be doing those jobs. And there will not be any jobs for those kids who are coming out of school with those type of degrees they're
Right.
offering in Belize. So I will suggest that people learn how to write code. I'm talking about in first, second, third, grade. You know what I mean?
Technology.
Technology. Learn how to
Future.
speak. Learn how to speak multiple languages.
That's
whether
right.
that's Spanish and Mandarin.
Mhm.
Mandarin is also got to be on the agenda for a lot of Belizean people. You know what I mean? And also learn how to work around climate change, because especially with us being where we're at, and
Yeah.
climate change
That
is
makes
real,
sense. Oh, yeah.
and it's going on worldwide. So if we could get our kids to be prepared for this new gig economy,
That's right.
we will do fine. And right now, we're giving them a disservice by having them going through a system that's completely obsolete.
Yeah, we got to make some changes. Have we made any changes to our education system recently?
Not at all. And it's harsh because a lot of teachers, this is all they know. The
Yeah.
politician, this is all they know.
So it sounds a little drastic when you're like, just scrap it.
It has to
But-
be scrapped because it's
Yeah.
obsolete. It's not helping. It's not serving its purpose. And it's actually taken away
Yeah, it needs a
from
overhaul. It needs an overhaul.
completely.
Okay.
And the fifth one that they can do right now also is learn how to keep our talent within Belize.
one of
And
the
again,
biggest
this
issues
goes
we've
back
been
to
having.
this goes back to our entire conversation with cronyism
Yeah.
and nepotism, whereas
Yes.
a lot of people who had talent in Belize decided to leave Belize because, for one,
We're not getting paid.
they weren't getting paid for our talents and what we can
No.
produce.
Yeah.
In addition to that, the people above you who are sitting in these positions for a very long time cannot be moved and refuse to move
That's
because
right.
of nepotism and cronyism.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying, that it all ties in.
Yeah. You
You
got
know what I'm
dinosaurs at the top. They're not
They say-
innovative or
because
anything either.
they went to school with this one or grew up with that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you
They
have the
The
new
new
people,
up and coming with new fresh ideas
educated,
who are producing
and they're
more.
being stifled.
They're stifled, and
Yeah.
that's why they leave the country.
That's right.
And that in itself, man, is killing our economy. It's
agree.
killing our economy because out of all the things that I stated tonight, the most important resource that we can have is our people.
That's right.
And we got to start to invest in our people, in ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a top five.
That's the
that
top
they,
five.
that they can do right now.
And
Right
5
now.
years time,
Within 5 years' time,
we can meet that $10 billion
easy,
goal.
easy. The next.